Hello, everybody. For those of you watching on the LIU Sports Radio site, welcome to our page. My name is Joe
I'm Woody
Frescott. I'm the
Collins,
current sports
host of
director of
Trolling the
LIU
Decades.
Sports Radio, and I am joined with the future of the department, Miss Haley Holby.
Guys, yes, very excited to be taking it off of Joe's hands. But all in all, this is just going to be a little recap of what we do here and how you can get involved. And we would love to have you guys be a part of LIU Sports Radio.
Yes, Haley laid it out beautifully for us. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. We have a little presentation today. It's gonna try to keep this video very short. Just about more information of what we do, how we do it. Because the website, I try to make it as informative as possible, but sometimes you just have to hear the words come out somebody's mouth. So LIU Sports Radio informational meeting. So what is LIU Sports Radio? So LIU Sports Radio is a student-run organization broadcasting live LIU games. So that's the LIU athletics, that's the footballs, the baseballs, the basketballs, the softballs, the crosses, all of the games, all of the games, or at least some of the sports.
Right.
Yes, Haley, you being a golfer, we unfortunately can't broadcast golf.
Yeah, that would be a lot to manage. But yes, basically any game that we can get to a field, a court, an arena, we make it happen to the best of our abilities. And that's where you guys come in because we need the staff to do that.
Yes, and we are 12 strong as of this current recording. This is April 2025. I know one day that one's gonna hit hard, but either way, yeah. So we do our live broadcasts, and then we also do our daily show. The daily show is called the Sports Shark Tank. It is, and all of our broadcasts come out of the Benjamin Abrams Communication Center on the LIU Post campus. Just because if you're a Brooklyn student doesn't mean you can't get involved, but we're located and based out of the Post campus and this building that we are right now recording in. And this organization is not something that we're starting up. It's not something that is new. This has existed long before Haley and I were even born. This is a 50-plus year organization and developed some of the top broadcasters and producers of just sports content in the industry. I'll just name one, for example. He's actually coming to speak in a week. From the day of recording. His name is Fred Godelli. If you don't know him, look him up, and you will find his name very quickly.
He's the man.
He is the man who is considered the greatest football producer of TV production of all time. And
He came from right here.
where did he come from? Yeah, Taylor? What was that one time?
He came from right here.
Yeah,
LIU.
yeah,
Go
yeah,
Sharks.
yeah. Right in this building, right at WCWP. That's where he got his start to broadcasting.
Right.
So, yeah. So without further ado, I want to take you through the website as well. Sharing my screen here. I hope all the technical things are working, by the way, I must say. But this is the website. If you want to learn more about what we do, the About Us. This is our latest episodes. So we're going to get into the Shark Tank and everything specifically, but we're on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you get your podcasts, and we're also live, obviously, on 88.1 FM. We have an Instagram, which, we try to stay active in terms of promoting our content and what we do. We have our upcoming broadcasts where if you want to tune in, you click the link, and what do you know, that is our website for wcwp.org, where you can listen live at any time. So if you can't get the radio signal wherever you are, you download the app, you go on the website, and you can hear us from around the world. And this is our membership form, and these are some of the ways that you can tune in. Also on our website, just our content one more time. We just include the Spotify and our live streams. Live streams, you have some technical difficulties, but probably by the time that you're watching this is updated daily in terms of the last show, as you see, April 7th, that's yesterday. And this is a little fine because we've had some technical stuff, but live streams, we also have the cameras like you see right here, like you see me and Haley. That is how our show operates. It's not just, on air, it's also live on YouTube. So people can watch you as well, for our talk show specifically. So this is the crew that we have right now, introducing ourselves a little bit, starting, actually, you know what? I have to give the floors ladies first. So Haley, if you want to introduce yourself a little bit, and what got you started here at LIU Sports Radio?
For sure. So yeah, as you said earlier, my name's Haley Holby. I'm on the women's golf team here. Currently a sophomore, but we're wrapping up this school year, so soon to be a junior. And I'm a double major with sports management and digital marketing. And yeah, I just kind of started here because one of my teammates is a broadcasting and journalism major, and I got started in this my freshman year, and it's a lot of fun. Once you really get to know the ins and outs of just the tech stuff and whatever, like interviewing athletes, actually talking about the games, getting to be on the live talk show. It's a blast, and all of us get along really well. So it just becomes a really fun place to kind of kill time, especially for me when I'm in the winter and my off season. Yeah, it's just a great way to stay involved in sports, and then obviously a great thing to put on your resume, and especially if you're looking to go into any sort of broadcasting or journalism field, this is the place to be.
Well, Haley, that was a great sales pitch there, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, it's digital marketing right there.
Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna do fine if golf doesn't work out. But yeah, a little about myself as well. I am a journalism and health sciences major. I'm a senior, so I'm on my way out of here. This is one of my last hurrahs to LIU Sports Radio.
Oh,
But yeah, I've been here for ever since my freshman year.
keeping this place afloat.
Yeah, it's keeping this place afloat. We have, I mentioned we had 12, but there's been points, where we did at a lot less than that, and we've been able to make it work and get everything through, and proud to say that I was able to grow this to what it is today. But yeah, it's a lot of fun what we do. If you're interested in learning about sports, interested in learning the sports industry, this is there's really not a better way
Yeah,
to get involved instead of doing the work,
yeah,
and learning how a broadcast operates.
right.
Because we're going to go through very basic stuff. We're not even going to get into technical stuff today. Just for this is just a basic intro kind of video, but there's so much that goes into a broadcast.
Yeah, I would say the very cool thing. Oh yeah, I would say the very cool thing about this is that it's all like hands-on. Like you get to learn every step. This is how real professional broadcasts are done. And our station director Dan Cox, he makes sure that we're at a professional level. So
Oh yeah.
you'll get all the training that you need. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah, and it's also, we have that talk show, so it's an outlet for those of you who talk the ears off of your parents or friends or siblings that don't care about sports. You go on here and you have people who are equally passionate as you talking
Right.
about the sports that you love every day, Monday through Friday. So that is the website. Just want to show that very quickly, and then if you want to contact us, we'll talk about that later. But let's continue on and let's about what we do now, right? So we've been talking about this Sports Shark Tank show, so let's really dive in. So Sports Shark Tank, 5 to 6 p.m., again, live on 88.1 FM, but also streaming online on the app and on the website, and also on YouTube. It will be on YouTube consistently by the time this video comes out. Despite some of the technical difficulty that we've been dealing with. And the Friday show. So Monday through Thursday is just sports talk, right? So any recent sports news, you guys are talking about it for an hour on a four segment show. There's three people on the show. And yeah, so that's pretty much the basics of that. If you've listened to any sports talk show, that's what it is. But the
Yeah.
Friday show, which is a bit newer, as kind of actually that analogy's not gonna work, but is a newer part of the show, and I think it's Haley's favorite
It is
personally.
my favorite
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we dive into LU athletics. So outside of just covering the games, we like to talk to the athletes and give them a spotlight, right? Give these athletes and individuals and who may or may not have ever get interviewed again in their lives, a chance to kind of talk about themselves, what makes them click, and how they're able to get at such a high level, and then also a little bit more about them as people. So
Yeah. It's a
we
lot of
talk,
fun.
yeah, we talk to the athletes, talk to the coaches. That's every Friday. That's obviously something that's pre-prepared because you're not going to be able to schedule people from
Yeah.
5 to 6 p.m. on a Friday. That's
Right, yeah.
just
We just interview throughout the week, and then it's a lot of yeah, the athletics department helps us schedule it, so you can basically get any athlete, any coach that you want
yeah,
in here based on performance or just whatever it may
interest.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah, interest, just interesting athletes. Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. And then those, as he mentioned, those Friday shows are totally just about LIU athletics. And then Monday through Thursday being the four segments. So whether that be, we cover a lot of New York sports news too. So for all you New York
yes,
fans,
obviously.
yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
So like for example, it would be one segment you're talking MLB, the next you're talking NBA, the next you might talk NHL, and if I'm on the show, the fourth one you'll talk golf. So yeah, so you guys
Somehow,
get to
some way.
yeah, you guys
Could
get to
could
kind
could
of
be
pick.
December, and
Yeah, somehow I'll
golf.
figure it out. But yeah, so it's kind of neat because you get to pick, what's relevant in sports, but also what's like best for you and that crew that day.
Right.
So it's it's super easy.
Yeah, and obviously New York-based show, so New York sports are always going to take the priority, and that's just a basic for if you don't know that now you know that about the broadcasting industry, and in the live sports broadcast, as you mentioned, football is our biggest sport of coverage. So if football games are one of the things that we cover every game, we travel with the team, as you see in that picture. Me and the former sports director, the lovely Andrew Scarpacci,
Shout out.
we're at Sacred Heart, but you travel with the team. You cover every single football broadcast, and then for basketball, baseball, softball as well, we like to cover all their home games. And then if they end up, going to a national tournament or something like that, we also travel with them as well. So we try to cover as many games as possible whenever we can get crew, right? So, but that all comes with getting more people. So, right now we're covering baseball this upcoming weekend, every game, thankfully, 'cause we got the people to do so nowadays. But yeah, so we try to cover everything. We want to even expand our coverage. I think that's a goal for Haley in the future here is to continue to expand our coverage, try to, get us on air as much as possible because what's the one way to get better?
Practice, repetition. Got to do it.
Yep, yep, amen. Practice on the air and get real experience. And then for those of you who want to go into the field, how do you get a job after?
Yeah, you got to show them that,
You-
that you've done it.
Yeah.
You can show, you can, because that's the perfect thing. Not only is it live, but it's also all on our Spotify. We have all these big,
Yeah.
nice, fancy computers and technology here. So it's all safe. You can put together a nice little
Real, yeah.
montage of all your work and send it out. And like, you don't even have to go find a different place to do it because it's like you're here, you're a part of this, and then it doubles as residency for you. So it's perfect.
Yeah, definitely. And then last but not least, the meetings and events. We meet every Tuesday at 12:30. And in the near future, we're going to start hosting some events of our own, just again, more people involved, and expand our visibility. So our upcoming broadcast, this was more for the sake of a live audience, but again, we got baseball, and this is a good time to explain something here. So we have a call time and the first pitch, so when the game starts. So the call time is essentially when you have to be in the studio, right? So you have to be at the studio at 1 p.m. because a broadcast takes time to prepare, takes time to get connections established and all of that. But yeah, and then the first pitch is obviously when the game starts. But the game starts a little bit before that. We do a pregame show, and with prepackaged content like interviews and a Shark Report and uh, quarterly or scoreboard updates at any point. So there's a lot that goes into our broadcast as well that must be prepared. So that's why it's a 2 hour time for our broadcasts, and then for the live show, it's usually recommended like an hour to get there before. So a little bit of a time commitment in terms of the day, but I mean again, great experience, invaluable experience. So I want to wrap up here with some commonly asked questions. I think that these are questions that I think if I was interested and I listened to this, I'd be like, "Hey, what, give me some more." You know what I mean? So let's go into them. So why should you join? I think me and Haley kind of laid it out already. Real world experience, technical and employable skills, because a lot of the stuff you're learning here, I got a keyboard and I got a soundboard in front of me. I'm gonna try to see if you guys can kind of, yeah, that looks extremely complicated. That's what I'm engineering right now as I'm doing this. It's not that bad. You'll learn that, and that's one of the many things. As I completely messed up the camera. Here we are. Welcome back. All right, good. Glad the quality of this is. I have to do some editing. Go back to my roots. But yeah, you get technical and employable skills. So a radio station can hire you based on the work that you know how to do because of your work at LIU Sports Radio.
Oh, I was just I'm not like, as I mentioned, I'm not like a broadcasting major or anything, but even
Mhm.
for the people that are here in broadcasting journalism majors, um, it's still very different from like what you'll not very different from like what you learn in class, but like
Well, it is.
it's
I think
yeah,
it
it is.
is. It
Yeah, it is.
is.
And like what
Yeah.
you learn here is a lot like actually like hands-on how to do it in the real world. And I feel like that's what's important is that it's like very much applicable to what you would do.
Yeah, LIU preaches the experiential learning, and this is actually a place where that can come true.
Yeah.
And then join the WWP family. As I mentioned, we have 50, plus years of alumni from both the sports and just
Decorated alumni.
yes, exactly, exactly, from just the sports and WWP. WCP as a whole as a radio station, 'cause there's a lot more of us than just the sports department. And if you want to learn more about that, We'll talk about that later to wrap this up. But yeah, you were joining a family, right? I felt welcomed when I came in here 4 years ago, and it's a family that's ever growing.
Hmm.
It is because you get fresh faces in here, and it continues to grow. So you're something that you're being part of something bigger than yourself. I think that's the really cool thing is one of the things that I think was awesome about me being here, being able to do this, and being a part of WCWP is the fact that I'm part of its legacy now, and that's something that no one can take away from me. So there's that. So what is the time commitment? How involved do I have to be? It's a good question. I would say the time commitment for the average member is about 2 hours a week, and I put the plus because if you do one broadcast, that's going to be more than 2 hours.
Right.
But active members, as I like to call them, contribute to our weekly show. So they do once a week. They contribute once on our shows because we have enough people now where it's once a week, unless there's something happens. Maybe you'll get thrown on twice, but once a week, depending on the schedule. And then our broadcast, but the schedules are flexible, right? If you are crammed with exams, and you got something going on at home, we're not going to force you to do anything. We're not going to
Right.
force you to cop on the show a week. You can take as much time as you need. We'd like you to contribute as much as you can, but you really get what you make out of it, right?
Yeah.
I have members right now that do the bare minimum or they do the max, and that's fine. That's just depends on what type of person you are, what you want to be. But the commitment is really as much as you want. But in order to be a member, you have to contribute in some way during the week, unless, obviously you communicate the fact that you cannot.
Hmm.
Do I have to watch every sport to be a member? Haley, do I?
No, you do not. You do not. And I'm gonna let you out a little secret here. There's obviously a plethora of people out there who care about sports. So anytime that there's any sort of game, breaking news, trade, whatever it may be, not only can you find like every article under the sun and then make your own little notes. That's another thing. So there's always a host for the show, and they'll send out like a little script of the rundown, so you'll know what you need to like look up, and then you
Yeah,
can get all your little
you'll be
facts.
prepared.
Right, and then you can put that same little rundown script into ChatGPT, and they'll tell you
Whoa,
exactly.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
They'll,
Yo,
no,
too much, too much, too
too
much.
much. Too much.
Cut.
Okay, no, you should, yes, you should learn and be up to date with like sports and stuff. But me personally, I don't really follow baseball, for example. That's not my most favorite sport in the world. So when I need extra information, of course, I look it up on Google. I do a quick ChatGPT search, and you can put together a nice little bit of facts and make sure that you can be a part of the conversation. But yes, definitely, no one's making you be a savant of sports.
Yes. Use your resources. Is
Oh
what
yeah,
I'm
in other
going
words,
is I'm going to say.
use your resources.
But yeah. I've had to cover sports that I knew nothing about in my tenure as well, and I'm a big sports guy. I've had to call lacrosse games. That's not a sport that I'm
Mm.
familiar with until I learned about it and did the research. But yeah, so there's a lot that is to be learned, right? And you don't have to be the biggest fan of the sport to cover it for us here, but you have to be well informed. That's the important thing. Do your research and whatnot, and that
Right.
all comes with time and preparation. Next question: do I have to be in person to join a broadcast? No. Actually, you don't have to be at the Abrams Communication Center. You can be online through a Zoom, which I'm using to record this right now, or just yeah, through a Zoom. Yeah, we have the call feature, but if you're gonna help out, it'd be through a Zoom. Obviously you can't do any of the technical stuff, but if you wanted to be on a show, especially because we go 365. There's not the semester ends and our show ends. We are on a radio station, and therefore we are on a program schedule that does not align with school. Um, so that being said, on the summertime and when we have breaks, we have to make it work. So if one person can come in and everyone is, and the other two are on Zoom, or one-on-one, whatever the case may be, yeah, we can still be on Zoom. And then let's say, for example, you can't make it to post. You are a LIU Brooklyn student. And there's still renovations that are hopefully getting done to that station over there. But in the meantime, or even during that, I'm not sure how technology is going to communicate with each other, but I assume you'd probably still be on Zoom, connecting through us. So with that being said, no, you don't have to be here at Post as a Post student. You don't have to be here in Post physically to be a part of a member of our group or um, contribute to a broadcast. So, last question: how can I join? This all sounds great, Joe. How the heck do I get
Where do I
involved?
start?
Yes. Well, don't fret. You just have to do a few simple things, and that starts just reaching out to us. You see my email and Haley's email there. If you're watching this and it is, I don't know, September 2025 or later, reach out to that lady right there. I will,
So you guys
yes.
still email and go. That would be awesome.
I'm sure I'll get, but also I don't know how long my email extends for in
Oh, that's
terms
also
of
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
give me a shout. I'm everywhere. Haley Holby, you can find me. But
yep,
yes, I would love
yep,
to have you there. And as you mentioned, the more members, the better. Because not only does it make, but also just a thing of sports too. The more people that there are there, the better you're gonna get. It makes you bounce off of them easier. It makes you want to work harder to get airtime. And essentially, that's what we want. We want you guys to be as good at this as you possibly can be by the time you graduate from here. So and have fun while doing it. So,
exactly.
so yes, if there's anything, any questions, whatever, feel free to send me a DM, an email, whatever it may be. We have our contact information on our website as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, anything we can do for you, we'd love to have you come join us. And yeah, like I said, I can answer any questions you might have.
Yeah. And like as you're seeing here, contact us on the website. Um, or if and as well, right here, join us membership link below. It's a little Google form there that you fill out very quickly, and just some basic information about you, and then we'll be in touch. You do some training, you get on the air, and you become a part of the LIU sports radio community, and the WCWP family. So. That is going to do it here for us. I hope that wasn't too long. I wasn't paying attention.
Probably
Um,
was.
it probably me and you were a
You
bit
get really
long.
good at yapping. Get
Yeah.
really good at it.
Not that I don't think me or you were bad at it before, but
Yeah, yeah, always been good talk.
yeah. But absolutely. So yeah, you get skills like being able to talk to people, which is a dying breed. I'll tell you that.
That's true.
But yeah. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Again, any questions, concerns, reach out to the two of us. But appreciate you guys watching the video. Look forward to working with you. Hopefully that is the case. If not, then Haley looks forward to working with
I sure do.
you. But my name is Joe Frescott. It was Haley
Haley
Holby,
Holby.
the sports director, future sports director. Take care, folks. God bless, and hopefully we'll see you within these walls soon.